See, you're one decision away from a different life. And you can make that decision any moment, any day. Like, you could make a decision today that changes the trajectory of your life, because a decision turns you in a different direction. Anybody that has gotten sober, anybody that's quit a job, anybody that's left a relationship or moved, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That there is a decision, and typically, I don't know how it works for you, but for me, I have to get so sick of where I am that I'm like, I'm done. Like, enough of this, Mel. And for me, that moment, was 2008. We were $800,000 in debt. I was unemployed. My husband's restaurant business was going under. 3 kids under the age of 10. And I was drinking myself into the ground. I couldn't get out of bed. And I think that what's interesting about life is, even in moments where you're struggling, you kind of know the things you could do, right? Mm-hmm. You kind of know when you're not like doing things to help yourself. You kind of know. Like, I knew you should get out of bed. I knew I should stop drinking. I knew I should look for a job. Wasn't doing any of it because I didn't feel like it. I had lost hope. I was kind of in this mode, and this is what I also believe. You and I talked about this when you were on my podcast. That I think the single biggest thing in people's way, it's not a lack of skills. It's discouragement.
Right.
If you don't believe that the simple things are going to work for you, you're not going to do it. And that's where I was. I was like, why even bother getting out of bed? I'm about to lose this house and my marriage and my sanity, everything I care about. Why bother? And, my moment, the decision was, I saw this rocket ship one night when I was drunk on bourbon, and it gave me this idea that maybe I should launch myself out of bed. Maybe if I moved fast enough in the morning, I wouldn't be in the bed when the depression and the anxiety hit. And so the next morning, it was a Tuesday morning in February, 2008. The alarm went off, and I remembered that stupid rocket launch idea. And for whatever reason, I just started counting backwards like NASA does, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I got out of bed. And that was the beginning of a completely new life, because it was like that first domino that tips. And it gave me this thought, oh, wait a minute. I can actually make myself do things that I don't feel like doing. And, the truth is, when people ask me, okay, you're having a moment, that was, the math is like, 15 years ago, 16 years ago? It took me 16 years from that moment to get to where you are now. Mm-hmm. It took me 16 years of pushing my ass out of bed every day. It took me 16 years of taking a breath and not screaming at my kids. It took me 16 years of showing up and doing things when nobody was paying attention and learning, from every little thing. And 16 years of saying, one of these days, all this hard work is going to pay off. One of these days, I'm going to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. One of these days, I'm going to help people that are struggling and that felt as bad as I did know that they're not alone. One of these days, I'm going to actually like myself instead of constantly hating myself and trashing myself for all the things I think I did wrong.